in this episode of The Farmer and the Foodie.
Welcome to South Fork Farms. This is where all the magic happens.
Maple syrup doesn't just have to be sweet. It can be used in savory applications too.
Oh gosh, it smells incredible. You can smell the maple.
I'm Maggie Keith, and I'm the farmer.
And I'm Lindsay McClave, and I'm the foodie. And this is
The Farmer
and the Foodie. Maggie and I are here at South Fork Farms in Scottsville, Kentucky today, and we're going to tap some maple trees for syrup.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I've never done this before. We have a lot of maples on my farm, so maybe I'll try a little something out when we get home.
Absolutely, and I generally think of, like Vermont for maple syrup, but it's right here in Kentucky, and you can already see there's quite an operation going here. So we're going to meet Nace, who's going to take us through what he's designed and been crafting and passionate about for several years now.
So each year when we go to tap, we find the old tap holes that are healed up. When we pull the tap, the sap actually turns to like a jelly, and then it looks like a wooden dowel that you drive in there. It'll just harden up. So you have to be at least 6 inches up and down or 2 inches side to side. So we'll tap right here. And you go in about 1.5 inches deep and pull it out. You can let it run while you pull it out. That's fine too.
I don't drill much in my life.
There we go. So I got these on vacuum, and then you just tap that in until the hammer bounces back. That's why they call it tap. Because if you pop it in there too hard, it'll actually split the tree. The sap has natural bacteria in it. That's what caramelizes, gives it the color, adds to the flavor. And it's also that bacteria is what heals the tree when a woodpecker or some nut like me drills a hole in it. So that's what we do, and we do that 350 more times right here.
Wow.
And I tap every tree I can find. Then,
and so the vacuum sucks it out, or what is going on there?
It helps keep the tap hole clean.
Okay.
And that way they won't heal over until the buds pop out. Once the buds pop out in late spring, the sap changes from sugar to starch, and you just can't even make syrup.
Okay.
So when do you start tapping?
I have tapped as early as the middle of November and as late as the end of February, because down here in southern Kentucky, you just got to watch the weather like a hawk.
So how much sap would come from this tree, for example?
You get about 1 gallon of sap per tap on a good day when you've had a 20-degree night and a 40-degree day. And then once it'll run for 3 or 4 days until it dries up around the tap hole. Then you need another freeze to swell the sap up inside the sap wood inside the tree. It'll swell it up around there like an ice cube. And then when you have a thaw, it gets up 40 degrees, the tree thaws out, it'll run until it dries up. So it acts like a pump. It's just sap, it's like water.
Yeah.
It takes 40 gallons of sap to make 1 gallon of syrup.
Wow.
When you were looking at this farm, were you thinking maple syrup?
Nope. I lived here for 11 years before I knew there was a maple tree on it. I actually tapped this tree first. Set a bucket here,
We need to
2
name
taps,
it or something.
Yeah.
and got 5 gallons of sap. It took 6 hours of boiling, a half a tank of propane. I had 12 ounces of syrup, and I was hooked. And then this happened.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's been an adventure. My wife has been such a blessing to me. She's enabled me to do more than I ever thought I could.
Oh,
And
that's
she
so nice.
even helps me run tubing.
Yeah.
We run the high tensile wire around the tree and get it good and tight, and then we just cable tie the tubing to it. This is gravity and vacuum
Okay.
to get it down into the pump house.
Well, let's go check the pump house out. I'm
Yeah.
really curious to see the rest of the operation here.
All right, just watch your step.
All right.
Okay.
Come on into the pump house. It used to be the sugar shack.
Oh my goodness.
And I had to rearrange things, but I got a 400-gallon milk tank, open top, and you can look in and see I've got some ready to be transferred up.
Wow, yeah.
When I got the vacuum on, it pulls the sap into the releaser. That'll fill up, and then the float will switch the vacuum around and dump the sap into here. And when the float comes back down, it puts the vacuum back on it and starts pulling the sap back in.